Alright, welcome back, crew, fellas. I've been hard at work at the level for Game Dev Blog 2. As you can see, a lot more is done with this section, and this one right here, too. And this is the one I'm currently working on. It's coming along. It's had a lot of unique challenges. One of which I want to talk about because it's been a thorn in my side for a bit. But that challenge is signposting. Now, if you don't know what signposting is how you guide the player through stuff. And it happens in every game, often subconsciously. Take an example like Elden Ring for example. It's an open game, so obviously you're prompted to explore, but the game guides you in its directions pretty well, and you just don't know it. I can pull up an image real quick. Hold on. This image right here, it's an open game, so you want to go explore, like, everything here. But, naturally, you're prompted to go to the tree, but there's this castle in front of it, so naturally you want to go there. That's called signposting. And even, it's like, that's major signposting. There's also just minor signposting, like this church here is your first objective and stuff. So this zone right here has been very hard to design. Here, I'll give you a before image. This is before I played with emissive and stuff. But as you can see, when I asked a couple of friends this and stuff, all of them said they would go over here first, which isn't the direction I wanted them to go. It's technically possible because I want this area to act as a big circle, like as you can see. I want you to be able to go over here and around and explore, but originally the path would be go through here, up here to this door, and then the level really starts where you go around. So I needed to figure out how to effectively cut off this area, but not put it off limits. Because in the original, it takes up a lot of space. And at first I tried adding these blocks in, but they didn't do the job. And I knew that this was going to be a glowy object, which for signposting usually draws more players' attention, which means more attention would be going here rather than here. And to that, it was really tricky to design. For the... Sorry for so many ads. The trick I ended up going with was I was going to put the emissive object on there. Not the full thing, but like a placeholder for now. Just so I could test the waters. And then I started just making a path this way to essentially guide the player, like not acting as a signposting, but like the gameplay of it, of sneaking, because this guy goes around. And so I started designing it, and I've realized now that while this area is still very appetizing, the gameplay doesn't force you this way, but it highly suggests it. And to that, it kind of fixed a bit of my problem. Now, of course, because I don't have the actual gameplay, of Persona, just moving and walking. It's kind of hard to actually test it. Um, but from the general gist of it, I think that it did a lot more than adding these things. But it also works very well with these things to just have a bunch of stuff like this here to kind of prompt you to go this way instead. But yeah, that is one of the major problems I've been going through. It kind of has been a really solid progress thing so far. I've been putting a bunch of enemy assets down now. They're beautiful. And just in general, expanding on this stuff. Another big challenge that I'm starting to come up with is, and especially because the experience is very low, this is like my 3rd level ever, and I'm trying to butt above what I should be doing for it. So I'm trying to think about like Persona and how they do puzzles and dungeons and everything. And I can acknowledge that I don't have that puzzle knowledge to be able to make these puzzles. So trying to think of unique sneaking gameplay to make like sections more interesting has been very challenging. I've had a lot of issues or like a lot of moments where I've just been staring at the screen and thinking rather than putting stuff down. And you could kind of say that's like filling the area. Like this area I haven't started a lot, but I've been having trouble thinking of how to make it very, what's the word, full and interesting gameplay wise. Which is, it's gonna happen. Obviously, like, with more experience, I'll get better, but just some challenges I've realized with this, and overall how I've overcome with it is I kind of just do stuff, and then I come back the next day, and instead of actively working on it, I look at it from I'm a player point of view. How would this gameplay feel, and how would it feel from like a game design point of view when I'm not actively designing it? Because a neat little psychology trick. It's easier to get better when you have someone judging your stuff who isn't actively doing stuff, because the human brain judges your work in a very negative sense most of the time. So if you have someone like, and this stands for so much stuff like sports, there's a reason that coaches are there, because players can identify a bunch of that stuff. The coaches are just an objective view on things. So if you look at your work objectively and not actively, it kind of helps call out some problems in it. I like that. But yeah, I've been doing some lighting stuff, but not too far. The fog isn't working right now, but that's not too big of a iffy thing. I should get it working. And I've been playing with lighting because I want the scene to be fairly dark as you're like, the sky is like blocked out. It isn't, but it will be. And I want the scene to be fairly dark. And so I've been trying to play with how dark the scene is, so then I can also signpost with lighting, because lighting is very good for stuff like signposting. And to be frank, if my scene isn't dark, I don't know what lights will guide player. So I've been trying to figure out a decent setting for now. I obviously have to toy with it more, but a decent setting for now to do some stuff. But yeah, for now, this is what I've been up to. I've been cruising with the level. Progress is coming together. We faced some challenges, got through them, and that should be it for Devblog 2. If you want to support the journey, feel free to like and subscribe. It'll help out a lot. It will. And yeah, just comment if you have any suggestions for how to do things. If you have some experience and just want to help, feel free to add it in the comments. I will read any of them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next Devblog.